Ahoy, crypto pirates! Welcome to your Discourse Syndicate's FN Hangout. I am the captain, your captain, RG3, bringing you one more Friday night hangout, the FN Hangout. Yours to come join and hang out with us and speak your piece, talk bear market, talk bull run, whatever it is that you'd like. It's here for you. It's here for the taking. I am going to have a little thing to say this evening before we get started, and then see who all comes in. I'll put the link in the chat. The link is in Twitter. Oh, by the way, for some reason, it's either somebody either reported me or Telegram has some new policy or whatever, but I was banned from speaking in chat rooms. So sorry, guys, it didn't get put into the hex.com chat room or SCIVIVE chat room or Strape or any of those awesome RH ecosystem chat rooms that allow me to put the FN Hangout in, which I've been doing for close to 4 years now. But for some reason, Telegram has banned me for spamming rooms or something to that nature. So another little snafu we've had with, I've had a couple with Telegram for some reason. I'm not sure why that happened, but I put in a little report and said, hey, that's not the way it's been, but whatever. Funkmaster Hex, welcome. Yes, hit the damn like buttons. Yeah, hit it or don't, or hit the dislike. It works either way. I guess I'm kind of in the same place that Rags is in. I could care less as we get algorithmic work either way from you guys. Mel Tony, thank you for being here. Thanks for all that you do, putting the numbers up. The Thoughts Child is around. Good. Oh, new timeout links for mods. Good. Oh, look at them, him and Dorsey. Eagle Owl, welcome. MT Corner. I really want to tell you guys, I don't do this because it's like a cliche thing to do and the streamers do. I like seeing you guys and saying hello to you, to be honest. The pothead. I mean, come on. Who has fans or people that watch? I guess I shouldn't say fans. People that watch your streams. Who names themselves the lazy Hexican or the pothead? We got Crypto Surfer, Hector the Protector. Oh, gee. Ahoy to you too, my friend. Dorsey. I mean, everybody knows Dorsey, right? Dorsey. Ahoy to you. He's talking about best behavior. I think we have either hit the bottom, or that's either a bottom signal or we've turned a corner. I posted today that I think that we've turned a corner in crypto, because we had a Twitter streamer out there, and I'm going to give him credit in just a second. The captain is horrible with names, and look at me talking about myself in the third person. Isn't that just lovely? Let's see, where is it at? Let's see if I can find it, because I do want to shout out this gentleman. Let's see, where is he? I streamed with Crypto 7 today too. That was a blast. It's weird because you watch somebody on stream like Crypto 7 and I haven't ever really kind of connected or streamed with each other, and I've always had a lot of respect for what he does because he's very learned. He speaks eloquently. He's got a great production going on over there. So I've always just kind of fanboyed a little bit on Crypto 7 stuff, and so being able to set up a stream with him and go out into the stream with him was cool. And he's a solid voice of reason, in my opinion. I just like his stuff, and we got to stream today, so that was cool. And he put out some good stuff on Twitter. But anyway, I wanted to find, it was earlier today. Give me just a second, and I'm gonna say hello to everybody. Ticker setup next week, not financial advice. Oh man, you know what? I retweeted it, so it's got to be in here, right? There's my retweets. And somebody said something funky on Twitter today. But anyway, people say funky shit on Twitter. There he is. Finger on the pulse. That's his name. I've listened to him a few times. Seen him in the past. I like his. He goes out and does his walks with his hoodie on and talks about Hex and how awesome it is. And that I don't know what kind. I'm not going to even say what kind of accent it is, but it sounds like it's Irish to me. Probably wrong. Just cool. And what he said was that he was DCAing into. He came in at the top, and he's been DCAing all the way down in. Now this guy came in like my good friend Mikey, like all of you know Mikey from the movie. Those of you who saw the movie, and my strategy after that was, once we started tanking, I was like, Mikey, you gotta keep buying in now. Now is what you have to do, and no matter how gut wrenching that is, or how much it might be hard to stomach that, that's the strategy, because you want to change your entry average. You want to change your dollar cost in. You want to change what your average looks like. And so that's what he's done. Now, this gentleman was happy about being able to do that and buying it all the way down into the bottom, which I thought, to me, showed that crypto has kind of turned a corner. For us to be talking like that, for us to have new people in the ecosystem talking about DCAing in from the top all the way down into it versus, talking about a dump, talking about getting screwed over, talking about what this gentleman was so much confidence in what Hex is and what it can be and what the next market cycle will bring, that he was actually excited about being able to dollar cost in as the price was dropping and to continue to change his average. So just very, very interesting to see somebody in the crypto space speaking like that versus, how it's been in the past. So, hey, I got Kool-Aid in the house, my lady Sandy. We got a wild SJ. She said she might come poking in here. Daraj in here. Eagle Owl. Everybody, welcome. Glad to have you. I see Corey, an investor. What's up, my bro? Love that guy. Robert Kelleher's also in here. Look at everybody. Danny Boy. Francis. I love Jesus. Hello, Francis. Knox Bill. Oh, nice. Look at everybody. Crypto Surfer. Oh, the surf. I haven't been in a while. I haven't been in one Hexy Mofo. Crypto King, the producer, is in the house. And Crypto CPT, what's up, homie? It's good to see you, man. Karen Corona, right? Let's see. Clintrons. Hey, what's up? Nice to have you. All right, everybody. Thanks for coming in. Thanks for joining. Like I said, interesting to see sentiment in the space starting to change and the way people are talking about crypto because of the Richard Hart ecosystem, because of delayed gratification, because of products like Hex, because of products like Pulse. The narrative's changing. We've actually got people excited about coming in the right way. Now, you want to do the same as you're coming in when something's going up. Dollar costing yourself in. That's how people do it. That's how you get in. Hey, what's up, Cabana? Cabana was out in Atlanta with us at the Blockchain Center, throwing it down for everybody, doing his thing to help the Pulse Chain Tour out. Appreciate you, Cabana. It's always good to meet with Hexicans, out in the field. Somebody said, "What do you know about being in the field?" Motherfucker, I've been in the field my whole life, bitch. I've been in the field my whole fucking life. Somebody said that to me on Twitter. The fucking gall. The gall. Grew up in the fucking hood. Then I joined the Marine Corps as a grunt, a field grunt. And then I've been in the field my whole life as a blue collar worker, fucking pushing iron, bitch. What do you know about being in the field? Tell me, I don't know what the field is. Shit, fucking lived in the field. Done with the field. That's what I am. I'm done with it. Nice not to be there now. That's for sure. So Anyway, no, you do a small amount, Cabana. You actually proved my concept here. You were the first one to say, "Fuck this guy. I'm gonna go do my own thing because I can do it better." And you did. And you come out with a show that was much funnier, much more lighthearted, much more entertaining. And my hat is off to you. You were like the first success story of Discourse Syndicate, in my opinion. You went and did your own thing, and I was proud, man. I was really, really proud that this thing was doing what it was supposed to, and spinning off better streamers and better content and better channels, and that's what I wanted. We get to be the channel that did it first. We get to be the OG streaming platform, the show that brought everybody to it. We don't have to be the best. I just like being the ones that was the proofing ground or the fertile soil for everybody to run out there and do their thing. But as Jay's saying, so yes, my hat's off to you, Cabana. You did an excellent job, and I love your freaking stream because you guys are funny as hell and well organized. Well organized. Let's see. Okay. Let's see. Should I wear black lipstick? SJ says. Okay, everybody, take a vote. Should SJ wear her black lipstick? She has been out there sporting the shoulders and the pretty, and it has been nice having pleasant people on stream versus all of us ugly mugs. Jeez. It does make me feel more like yeah, it should. That's a pirate lipstick, I guess. Rocket. The child says rocket. Eagle Owl says he's in the replay gang at Cabana. No lipstick is hotter. Not gonna argue. I guess I'm maybe not a big fan of the lipstick, I don't know. Or a bunch of makeup anyway. But there has been, now I've seen some of these videos. I'm sorry. You're scrolling through some stuff. Have you ever seen those videos where like there's this girl and she's got the butter face going on? Should I even say that? That's not politically correct. Anyway, let's just say she's not as easy on the eye as other ladies might be. And she's looking, like she don't even have any teeth. She's looking pretty rough, Not that ladies without teeth can't look nice, whatever. But anyway, by the end of the video, the girl goes from fugly to drop dead like you'd be picking her up at the club, gorgeous. And it's like, wow, that makeup could be really deceiving. Yes. But then there's like what Sandy just said, natural beauties. Yes, there are natural beauties that don't need all of the makeup and whatnot. And I believe that a lot of our ladies fit in that category. Not necessary. We have the best in Hexico. That is for sure. And gosh, the drama that's going on out there. Remember the first few ladies in crypto banned all of us, like just for even talking to them. I remember one of them called me like a psychopath. You're a psychopath. I can't believe you'd say that to me. And she was some other shit. She ended up on the lap of Charles Hoskinson, if you guys can remember that famous photo from one of the cryptopian gals out there in the space. They're all just a bunch of worthless shills. Just the drama that they're trying to create relevance. We don't have to do that here. We just have to keep talking about how awesome the products are and what they're doing. Because look, X hasn't changed his stripes. Pulse is doing amazing for only being a 4-month-old baby. 4-month-old baby, and it's like out there kicking everything's ass. Wait till Pulse Chain grows up. Wait till Pulse Chain becomes an adolescent. Wait till Pulse Chain starts showing them all what real DeFi should look like. And by then, look, we got 43 point something thousand validators out there growing every day. Imagine what Scooter's going to look like when he's, senior in high school. Pulse chain's gonna freaking shred. Gonna shred so hard on this crypto space. And look at PulseX. Look at PulseX. Just barely an infant DEX. Like, doesn't even have all of its features. Richard's rolling out some solid features every now and then and changing things up a little bit. And it's like the unfinished product, but it's there. It functions. It works. It's not a promise. It's a promise to get better. It's a promise that it's improving itself all the time and adding new features and new cool stuff. And Pulse Chain has just made it really easy for other people in the space to create stuff. I mean, look at what Fiat's done. Look what OX Coast has done. Look what these guys are doing. They're building stuff on top of Hex, and they're doing a good job. I mean, I can't take any. I'm not going to sit here and shill those things, but there's people building on it, and they're doing good work. Imagine what this is going to look like 5-10 years from now. Imagine. So insane. So insane. It's so early in this whole thing, in the DeFi space. And I mean, think about it, guys. I think Bitcoin has another, what does Bitcoin have? Another couple hundred days, maybe 90. No, maybe it's about 120 days or something like that. Somebody do, Melv Tony, maybe you can get the math on it. I think Bitcoin is almost at 5,555 days. It's literally like a couple of months away from 5,555. Could you imagine what's going to be going on when we start pulling our first 15-year stakes out with Hex versus what Bitcoin has done with that old tech, with that rotten old tech? I mean, come on. How is the possibilities are endless. Okay, I'm going to throw there it is. There's the link, guys. That's for all of you to come in. I can't post in Telegram. If somebody wants to go and post in Telegram, put the link in there. I appreciate it, because I usually go and hit up the Telegram chat rooms, and Richard has always allowed me to do that. All the devs have allowed me to do that. There was one time where one of the devs didn't know who I was, thought I was spamming up the room and kicked me out or whatever. But they fixed it really quickly, and he apologized and all that. And that was cool. I dig it when people, realize they made a mistake or whatever. But yeah, Telegram itself has banned me from posting it. So sorry I couldn't get in there tonight for you guys. Gosh, I need to go back into the Telegram rooms and just start reading again, because that's where all the brilliance is at. I'm telling you that. I don't know what hex.com chat room looking like these days, but man, that's where all good stuff happened. It was really, really good. I got banned from a TG room and it was fixed. Yeah, it wasn't one room. I got banned from all of Telegram from I can't post in any public room now. Only private rooms I can post in. So yeah. Dorsey. I remember the picture of Hoskin holding the rooster. That was a hen. He had a hold of a hen. Couldn't tell who was the Dorsey. Bad Dorsey. I'm just going to give you a warning for that one. That wasn't bad. Yeah, I know, Sandy. It was terrible. Just finished listening to you and Seven. Thank you. Yeah, that was a great stream. I really liked streaming with Seven. He's a brilliant, well-spoken man. I really like what he's doing in the Hex space. Just awesome. So many GG rooms are trash now. Remember the good old days? Man, the good old days, like up all night, just freaking, man, I look like a rooster. My hair is doing something weird tonight. But anyway, yeah, we used to just go in those chat rooms, and the talk and the speculation of what was going to happen, what Hex was going to be. I remember the night we had to vote on what we were going to call all of ourselves. And I chose Hexican, and we had a vote, and Hexican won. And so anyway, there was some debate on whether somebody had said Hexican some time before, and that was Papa B's freaking big mouth. Like he always has to come in and try and demean people. No, you didn't say it. Somebody else said it a long time ago. Well, I can't find that person. I went and looked in history. I can't see it, but whatever. I call people Hexicans, and I coined the phrase, and I love it. And fuck you, Papa B, little piece of bitch, freaking dream stealer, you. He does. He likes to dream steal on people. What is that? Anyway, we got these damn black mosquitoes flying around these days. Anyway, but yeah, the glory days were in the old Hex chat rooms, and then we brought it all out here and exposed it to everybody on Twitter and YouTube. And 4,878 days from May 22nd, 2010. So yes, we are getting close to the 5,000. Oh wait, really? From May 22nd, 2010, 4,878 days. I thought that it was a little closer than that. No, and I did not coin Knipples. Did not. That was Cabana. Definitely coined Knipples. That's when he took his shirt off for the first time. Yeah, that was Knipples likes to take his shirt off and show all the ladies his six-pack that he has. Yes. And he does. He has a six-pack. On the spa stream. Yep. When he was and he likes to film himself in the spa. Yep. Trust me. When we have business meetings, he FaceTimes all of us while he's in his sauna after rest. Yep. That's Knipples. Shows up at our business meetings looking like that. Jeez. Corey, my first song was called I'm a Hexican. Thanks for the inspiration. Yeah, man. Yeah, I love all your stuff, Corey. You freaking rock it, man. You rock it. Old bed, yep. All right. So this is the FN Hangout. We do have a couple of guests in the private or in the green room. And one of them's not ready. And that's our gentleman. So it's going to be just me and this lovely lady right here. A wild SJ appears. How are you doing, SJ?
I'm so lovely. I'm wonderful. I'm going to bring my mic closer to my face.
So I saw you were on the ladies stream. I got to go in there and bucket fill. Oh, go ahead. Get everything situated.
I'm good.
In the bus.
All set.
All good?
Yes.
I saw you hanging with the ladies, and I got to step in for a moment and fill all of your buckets and talk about how amazing and great all of you. Well, I guess that was maybe it. Anyway, that's what the captain calls it, is bucket filling, when you're praising people for the hard work that they've done.
Oh,
because
lovely.
There's not enough of that done. There's no crumbs on that mic. Nope, no crumbs on this mic. Plus, I got the wide deal on here, so it would be extremely hard to do. Well, Hexo might be able to get that one in his mouth, but I most certainly couldn't.
I'm not even gonna show you my mic.
Don't even. No, not on this show. The memes are just anyway. So what I was doing was making sure that all the ladies got praise for the hard work that they were doing. I like to do that every now and then because
very kind of
it's
you.
Important. It's important. It's we don't do that enough, and I think that instead of memeing and teasing and all, which is fun. Don't get me wrong, memeing and teasing is fun and it's funny and all that kind of stuff. But bucket filling and talking to people about or letting the community know about the hard work that people are doing is important. And and you can't do it yourself. You shouldn't be out there having to try and promote yourself or what you're doing, but the community needs to know who's out there doing the work. For instance, True. Cabana, Cabana took time out of his life to come all the way out to Atlanta from where he was and spend the afternoon with us, sitting in there listening to the rest of us, shaking hands and kissing babies, or kissing babies and shaking hands. And he did his, he did his talk. He went in there and spoke to everybody and educated and high-fived and hugged everybody. And he took time out of his day. He didn't get paid for that. Richard didn't ask him to go do that. He didn't get extra hex
I did.
for it.
I paid him. I paid him in moonshine.
Oh, the moonshine incident. So we're in the one of the green rooms. What was cool about the Atlanta Blockchain Center is that they had TVs in every room. And so the main room where the presentation was going on, we could all be in the other rooms and let all of the people that came there to see sit in there and get it live. And we were able to watch from other rooms. Well, SJ decides she's going to go out to the tour bus, and on her travels, she meets all of these people, and they gift her things and help her out and fix her bus and let her plug into their power. And so she brings in the ancient hypoallergenic cat that she has with her, and lets her cruise around with the Hexicans. And then she brought in like 2-3 jugs. Well, one jar of moonshine. It was a mason jar, and then the other one was actually like a plastic Coke bottle filled with moonshine that was like half melted. And from what I saw in everybody's face, there was a reason why it was melting the plastic, because it was pretty. I think it was pineapple moonshine or
pineapple mango. Yeah,
pineapple mango moonshine.
The other one was apple pie.
And from the looks of it, it was. So yeah, so they were out there hitting the moonshine in the green room.
It would have sat in my fridge then just taken up space for the next like 6 months. So
well, that prompted a late evening Hexican outing out into the wild. I didn't participate. I went back to my room, went to sleep, and the rest of the Hexicans were off into the ether, partying until wee hours of the morning, like they always do. Especially when DJ Pollywood and Bill are around. That's when things always end up late night parties with authorities being called and all that good kind of stuff.
No.
Hey, look at my little buddy Brissology is in the chat room. Good to see you, little buddy.
Brissology.
All right.
Are you coming to Austin or Dallas? Come to Dallas, Briz. Come hang out.
Yeah, he should. Okay, looks like we've got another guest. Haven't seen this cat in a while, but he always brings good conversation, serious conversation. Let's see if we can lighten him up a little bit. We're in a bear market, bro. I'm gonna bring in. Hey, everybody, it's Max Yasabin. What's happening, bro?
Oh, hey. I'm all right. How about you guys?
Good. We haven't seen you in a bit. Where you been?
Just been working and sick. So.
Oh, sick. Well, I hope you're well now. It looks like you're well.
I'll get back. It'll be fine.
All right. So how
have you guys been?
We're doing excellent. We've just been on the road. I just got back from a road trip. We were out in Atlanta, and now I'm back in the LA, Southern California area, and SJ is driving the bus from Atlanta all the way to Texas, and she's about you're about halfway in between now.
No, I'm in Texas, and I'm like just a few hours from. Well, let me see. I have 3 hours to go. I'm gonna drive tonight for a few hours and get to another stop, and then I'll stay there during the day. And then once the heat of the day is over, I'll have another. Not that long. Maybe 3 hours tops to get to where I'm staying in Austin for the next month. I'm going to find out right now, actually.
So SJ's on her way to Austin to our next stop.
Sorry, Starlink is there. So good news, everyone. Good news, everyone. I am getting a new Starlink system because I complained to Elon. I was like, look, motherfucker, I've been trying to use this shit for my streaming for the last couple months. It worked fine for a little while, and then all of a sudden, all my streams for the last 2 months have just blown. And like, it doesn't matter how clear the sky is or whatever's around me, it's just sucked. It has sucked. So I complained about it. They're gonna send me a whole new system, and they refunded me the last month of my payment.
Well, they're having equipment issues, right?
I think so. I guess. I don't know. They were just like, that's. Apparently, I'm not the only one with this issue, so I'm sending in all my equipment, and they're sending me a whole new system.
Yeah, when they first offered it, I signed up for it right away, gave them $100 as a deposit or whatever, And then when it was coming out, I just said, I don't want it. I don't need it. And so I didn't. I gave up my deposit and let them have it. But I'm anyway, we've got it now anyway, right? Next stop is Miami on the 7th. Oh, you're right. You're right. I'm sorry. Yes, Miami is next weekend. So we'll be in Miami first, and then it's off to Texas. So yes, we do have one more stop in my favorite town, Miami. Don't know why.
I couldn't drive the bus all the way to Miami and then all the way to Dallas after that. Like I just couldn't. And I am 4 hours from my final destination in Texas right now. So I could theoretically do all that tonight, but I'm not.
No, you don't need to.
I'm gonna stay one more day somewhere, and then
I
only have like an hour left.
Yeah, we don't want to push the old bus too hard. No. She's particular.
Accurate.
So Max, lay it on us. What do you got for us tonight? Are you just here to hang out and say hello, or you got something you want to share?
I'm just here to hang out.
Okay.
That's it.
It is the FN Hangout. You are allowed. You are allowed indeed to hang out.
Thos, you pick up that milkshake yet? So Thos Child's in the green room.
His milkshake brings all the boys to the yard.
He spilled his chocolate milkshake all over the place. I hope it didn't get on the computer keyboard or anything, but he's pissed off right now that he is cleaning up his chocolate milkshake. So
I'd be pissed too, man. That's all I want, a chocolate milkshake. I'm gonna treat myself when I get to where I'm going, because this has been a long journey.
Okay, so you're not treating yourself. I saw you sent a picture of mud bug pies and grilled chicken livers earlier, so it looked like you treated yourself earlier this afternoon too.
At least they weren't fried chicken livers. Okay, I had sauteed chicken livers. I was super excited about that. And the crawfish pie was, I didn't eat all the outside fried stuff.
Okay.
And then I had a nice salad and a burger for dinner. I mean, like for me, like I want something sweet. I want a sweet treat.
Ice cream, milkshake.
Something like that. Yeah, it sounds great.
I remember when we were in Chicago, and it was yourself, coffee, me. Who else was with us? Somebody else was with us. And we were all at that little burger kind of corner ice cream parlor kind of place, diner.
Yeah.
They had malts. They had like real malts, like with malted milk or whatever it is. Those were really, really good.
Yeah, that was great.
That was a treat. That's what it's going to be like. On
Twitter.
That's going to be. Oh yeah, I'll throw it in there again. Hold on a second, Cabana. Yeah, man. If Cabana comes in here, this will be like the first time he's coming here in like over 3 years. Like I haven't seen Cabana.
Please do
in here for so long.
Maybe he's had enough moonshine to do so.
Well, the show that they do, those guys throw down and have a nice party, and they get to yucking it up.
If Cabana does show up, I will have a sip of moonshine in his honor.
Okay. Oh, you still have the moonshine. I thought the boys.
I have the apple pie, the mason jar one. Yeah.
Okay. So anyway, so when you get to treat yourself, it's gonna a good sweet treat is gonna be just like this next bull run that we're getting ready to run into. I'm telling you, I am really feeling electrified these last 3, 4, 5 days. It's just all of the things, all the bottom signals are like kind of like rolling out. You can see that we've found a floor. We're bouncing off the floor. All of the FUD is kind of like unraveling. We got really ridiculous stuff going on, like Bit Boys drama, and all the other stuff in the space with the SEC is just clown show crap. We've got the election year coming up, meaning every regulator is going to kind of like walk away from crypto, miraculously not wanting to talk about it or do anything with it or try and, So, I mean, that's what we see this bull market is really, really winding up. Really, the bow is being drawn back further and further and
Oh, for
further.
sure.
I'm really excited about the kinetic energy that's being pushed into this bear market. You know, the last bear market, you know, I was one of the people who walked away from crypto. I didn't have a community that I was part of. I didn't have a stream that I was doing. I wasn't, you know, I didn't have anything to stand behind. So I really just walked away and would look at my coin market crap every once in a while to see where things were. And, you know, was just disgusted in the whole market. But then, you know, I did have Richard to watch a little bit during that bear market. But it took him a long time to really get things up and rolling with this fluid dynamics coin and all that stuff. Yeah, it's really, really, really winding up to be what's looking like it's going to be a fun bull market. What did Dorsey just say? Not as if I asked what's a t-shirt. Oh, freaking Dorsey. He's going to get a double whammy tonight. Double whammy. No, I don't look up to Brissology. Actually, I do. I do look up at Brissology. He's my little buddy. My little buddy. But
I've been interested to hear. So for as much as I talk about people that I've either onboarded or have gotten excited about Hex and Pulse Chain, you know, there's a handful that just are not interested, right? Usually folks that are in their 60s, like that kind of seems to be this line. I'm going to wait a sec because Starlink. Am I good now?
No, you are fine. You didn't go anywhere.
Oh, okay. Okay. So
might be just your feed.
The two different things that I heard were one woman mentioned that, and I want to write a strongly worded letter to Dr. Phil. We need to onboard Dr. Phil into Hex, please, because apparently he talks shit about crypto, and this woman is a huge fan of his and was just like, oh, he just, you know, Dr. Phil just, he don't like it, so I just stay away from it, you know. I was like, woman. So there's that. And then the other thing was a gentleman I met this evening who was basically like, oh, I know enough about crypto to be skeptical of it. Like he was real, just like, you know, and I couldn't really say anything to kind of turn his ear to listen to it. He just really, I think because he got burned, it sounded like he put money into Crow at some point. That's a thing, right? Does that sound, are you guys familiar with that?
With
Crow coin, maybe, or Crow something?
Well, there was that CRO coin that was part of, what was that? What was CRO? It was
I feel like it was something because when he mentioned it, it sounded vaguely familiar.
Crypto.com, right?
Yeah. Was it crypto.com's token? It might have been. It was one of
the. This might have been something different because whatever this was got rugged. So he just lost, you know, some money that he had invested. And you know, like once that happens to some people, especially I think if they're older and they're, you know, they're like, oh, let's try this thing out, right? And then they get fucking rugged because they don't know what they're doing, and someone's, you know, advising them to put money into some bullshit shit coin, then, you know, that burns them and they're not interested in trying again, right? Or learning really, you know, what I was trying to convey was, well, you know, I didn't say it this way, but I was just trying to be like, well, that was a shit coin and that's not what we're doing here, right? Like we are in the DeFi space. We are here to do what Bitcoin had originally, you know, been thought to have, you know, what they wanted Bitcoin to be, right? Like that never happened. So we're here trying to make that happen where there's no middleman involved. There's, you know, just you and your keys and your coins. So
I want to, you know, I was listening to a Charlie Munger and Warren Buffett speak, and they were talking about crypto and all this kind of stuff, and of course they're not for it. But here's the thing: they didn't know what Hex was. All they knew was what the other cryptos were. I'm sure that they had people investigating it and looking at it and looking at what Bitcoin was, look at what Ethereum was, look at all the promise coin space, look at all the rug pull space, thousands of cryptos to look at. And no way in hell were they going to be poking around looking at this little thing called Hex, especially with, you know, what we had out there. I mean, all you got to do is Google Hex. And if you're anybody that's out there doing any research, you're going to go pass. If you're looking at 5,000, 10,000 cryptos, pass. Okay, well, let's look at the bigs, Bitcoin, Ethereum, you know, maybe XRP, Cardano, those few of them, bunch of bullshit, crap, no good, doesn't work. It's old dilapidated text. These guys they got their heads up their asses. They don't look at what Hex really is. Hex, if Charlie Munger and Warren Buffett really took a look at the economics of Hex, at the programming of Hex, and looked at it from a technology standpoint and what it can mean to finance and what it can do for the world, they would have a different opinion. But they haven't had the chance to. They haven't had the opportunity to get in there and really look at it. Any investor that understands the space, anybody who's a financial guru, who understands finance, who understands money, really sat down and looked at the code of Hex and really sat down and looked at what it does and how it operates and functions, how the T-share works, how the inflation model works.
Shout out Lamont, man.
Yeah, they would change.
I think he's one person like that that's kind of paving that path, right?
And yes, exactly. So somebody like Lamont, who was a skeptic, who didn't see it from the angle of, you know, the scammer Richard Hart point of view, actually got to meet Richard. So this is the difference. And I talk about this all the time. It was them meeting each other, spending time together, filming, interviewing. He got to see who Richard really was. He didn't see the 2D Richard and the Richard that was on the screen. He really got to see who Richard was and look him in the eyes. And he probably, I'm going to guarantee, I'm going to have this conversation with Lamont when he and I finally get to do an interview. I'll bet you that Lamont's reasoning for actually taking a deeper look at it was how he felt about Richard. And he probably thought that, hey, this guy's really not that bad. He really is trying to do something. Maybe I should take a little better look at it. And these people that I'm meeting, these Hexicans that I'm meeting, they're probably, they seem to be good people with good ideas. Maybe I should look at this a little deeper. So my guess is
there someone in the green room?
Yeah, I've got him. I'm gonna pull him up right now.
I'm sorry. I was just excited.
Yep. So I just wanted to get that thought finished before I bring it up, because he's probably going to be able to add to it, because this guy's brilliant. Hey, everybody. Longtime OG Hexican with his own stream, Cabana Crypto, is going to join us for the first time on the FN Hangout in years. There he is right here. What's up, my brother?
It's my SJ intro.
I love it.
How y'all doing, man?
Good, man. Jeez, dude, it's like awesome having you on the stream here. I haven't had you on in so long. It was really good seeing you.
Well, long time seeing you since like last week. So yeah. A week, right?
Yeah, it's just been a little over a week. But yeah, man, it's good to have you in here again.
How you doing, man?
Cannot complain one little bit. I mean, everything is going swimmingly. I'm ready for Miami. You know, I don't know what it is about that town. I mean, I just like Miami. I like the beaches. I like the smell. I like the air. I just love Miami.
I'm a Florida guy, but it's not my coast. I'm a Gulf Coast guy, but I love the whole state, so I appreciate it.
And that's the other thing, is like I can go anywhere in Florida and I freaking love it. It's like, to me, it's like a better California, because you guys have
you have that straight. That's for sure.
It's like you have
almost anywhere is a better California.
You had a different mix of culture. I mean, I love living here because I know how to operate in California, so I can get whatever I want and I can go and do and be wherever I want, because it's so diverse and I have so much here. But Florida is like, it's just got the better weather. It's got the cleaner streets and the better, like, just the whole tropical vibe, you know, the Caribbean feel, the culture, you know, it's just, and the Latin culture. I love Latin
I mean,
culture.
Miami is a culture center, so that's awesome about that city. You know, if you're like a beach elitist, then you know maybe the temps and the waves are probably, you know, your preference on the Gulf Coast.
A little better over there, yeah.
Why are you scowling us, Jay?
I don't, because to me, when you say Gulf Coast, all I think is Texas beaches, and that's not a thing.
Oh, no. Go like Panhandle, Sarasota, Naples.
Okay.
All of them. So much good stuff over there.
Naples. Oh my God.
I did say in the chat, I think I have a few minutes here, but I would be remiss if I did not bring this little gem up here.
Oh, there it is.
On this, like all week. Oh, is that the apple pie?
It sure is.
All right. Well, let us toast. What is this? Pineapple?
It's pineapple mango.
Pineapple mango.
Pineapple mango. So yeah, I had this one happy hour.
Jet fuel.
I toasted SJ, but I did sample the apple pie, which was a little sweet for moonshine, but legit
It's great
stuff.
for me.
Yeah.
Look at guys, it's got the Coke bottle label like peeled off of it, and
it has the mason jar, so that's legit. So
Yeah. Oh, for sure.
All right, rock on.
Right. Cheers.
Cheers, you guys.
We effing hanging out.
Yeah.
I had my espresso this evening. So.
Yeah. Oh, I'll be a good night tonight. So yeah, what's
not
what
as
else is
terrible as
going
I
on?
thought it would be. That's not bad, actually.
No, I've actually gotten used to that one.
I mean, yeah, that was
That's not a
full.
good thing.
That bottle was full.
All right.
When I handed it
So
to you.
our other boy is ready. I'm going to bring him up. Needs no introduction. And ladies and gentlemen, the himself.
Needs no introduction.
Right.
I was told by one of the Hoy Aristoi last week, who I've had conversations with on 3 different occasions, and I was a day 1 participant in his product. He said, "Never heard of ya." Oh, word? Okay.
You never heard of me. I like that. You never heard of me.
Never heard of me. So now I'm going to wear that one with pride. Hey, I got a secret.
Sauce, you know what, bro?
What's up?
It don't matter. Like we're a microcosm of a microcosm
It's
of
true.
a space. And
Yeah.
like I was told today by Crypto 7, he goes, "You are, ladies and gentlemen, quite possibly the most famous Hexican." And I thought about that for a minute. I was like, wow, there's like 12 people that are all my friends that know who I really am. And then there's like a handful of other people out there that watch the show every
That's
Friday.
quite a mantle, man. The most
it's like-
famous Hexican.
So I was like, yeah, the pinnacle of my life, But I'll tell you what, I have never been around a better group of people
Amen.
in my life than the Hexicans. I mean, every time I go out to
Dude,
a
even as
meetup-
I keep shaving off like dozens and dozens, it's still the greatest concentration of good people that I've ever been
There
around
it
in
is.
my life.
it really,
Probably
really
like
is.
any excuse I have to like do one of these stops, I try to take it because I mean, just meeting new people, and
So you're
obviously
coming to Miami?
I am not. My original plan was to, but I'm not. But I've met RG before, met SJ before, and haven't met False Child yet.
No, I don't think we did.
Looking forward to that one day. But so many people like that are in like Discourse Syndicate's chats and happy hour chats, like Hex Glenn and Hex Russ, who was not at this one, but another meetup, Pulse Former. I mean,
Yeah,
Paul's
Forward,
Former's
shout
bringing it.
you have people come up to you and just be like, "Hey, man, I'd love interacting with your show and the whole community." That's where it's at, man. So
Yeah.
just keep going.
So oh, hey, Kool-Aid's coming. Let's see if we can bring him up.
Cool.
Hey, I got a
Ladies and
secret.
gen-
I have a.
Oh.
Oh, is he ready?
let's hear.
Let him in.
Let's
Let
hear.
him
No,
in
let's hear
first.
the secret. Let's hear the secret first.
The
What's the
secret is there's a certain, I don't know, I guess you would call him, he would be a guy who deals with bovines. You call him maybe a boy who's with cows, but this one's different because he's like universal, or what is it, cosmic? Yeah, he's like a cosmic kind of bovine wrangler. I think he's called
The
Cosmic.
Cosmic Cowboy. Is that?
Yeah,
who
I
you're
just
referring
spoke to him, and his arrival is imminent.
Oh my gosh! I
said
guys-
SJ is here. She's gonna like lose her shit when she sees you, and fucking Captain's gonna love it. Get your ass over here, man.
Oh,
I love
man,
Cosmic. He's a wonderful
he's-
soul.
That
He's
man
a little
actually
too
changed my life.
positive for me, but that's
Look what you
Yeah, you
started, Cabana.
Oh no, you're not doing 4 hours tonight out on the road. That's for sure.
Salud.
Oh,
my
fuck,
God,
you're
you
right. I'm driving.
No, you're not.
Oh boy.
I just had 2 sips. I just had 2. I think I'll be okay. I'm done.
That's
I'm
a
done
whole
now.
nother kind of call that I don't want to get from the
How long are
authorities
you
in
driving for?
Texas.
She said,
We've got you, girl and your bus out here.
The
and,
only time I've ever been put in a
Texas, and,
cell was in Texas.
oh, lucky you.
Yeah.
Outdoorsy. SJ
Yeah.
is driving later.
I am driving later.
Been in a tank in
forgot I
multiple
was.
states. Oh my
I know
goodness.
it's like a Kool-Aid in our private chat is saying, don't Kool-Aid so hard, you gotta drive.
Don't Larry so hard.
Hey, real quick, did I hear you guys comment that Florida was clean earlier? I was going to inquire if you've ever been in Jacksonville by any chance.
I'm talking about Miami. Look, man, I'm
Technically,
LA.
Jacksonville is the armpit of Florida, so it's actually like
But even the armpit's better than our armpits. I mean, we've got like the biggest butthole on the freaking country out here is California. I'm sorry. It is.
We're still waiting for you all to break off and float to fucking China,
Big.
bro.
Look, man,
That's
I
pretty
know
much
why it gets so much hate. I get it. I mean, I love living here because I know how to live here, but it's yeah. And most people that come here can't survive in this place, so they end up leaving with a very sour taste in their mouth versus,
because
actually
you
being
gave
able
the
to
keys
enjoy
to
it.
the asylum to the most mad, crazy MRFers among you. You guys should, begin the
No.
movement.
No. That's where you're wrong. See, what happens is the crazy motherfuckers from every other state out there think that this is the place to come in order to be a crazy motherfucker.
I got you.
So you guys send
like
us
a collector for
all
crazy.
of your rejects, and they end up here. Nobody is from here. Like most of these people you meet in like Hollywood or whatever, they're all from some Midwest state somewhere. They got kicked out. They were the slut of the town, or they were the village idiot or whatever, and they end up in California trying to make their way in Hollywood.
That's where she should go.
As a waiter at a table or a waitress or whatever it is that they do in the food industry out there in Hollywood. They're all from somewhere else. None of them are from California.
And she's real excited because she just got a new pair of knee pads and she has 3 appointments this week.
All right. Well, I need to bring my good friend, the Kool-Aid himself, everybody.
Yo,
look at him.
This
he is
guy.
looking. He's looking
I thought he shaved
clean.
his head for a second. What the fuck?
Oh my gosh, he's looking clean. He's got like a normal job these days, and
I know, right?
I don't get to hear from him anymore because he's being responsible and respectful and working and actually making things happen in his place of business.
Oh my god!
Carson,
I'm gonna be there in like days. We get to hang out. I can't believe you're back in Austin.
I mean, as long as you don't keep blaring so hard and drinking moonshine in the bus.
I won't. But we're gonna
truck
go
drivers only are allowed to do that.
Hey,
no,
there's some
I'm actually here for the trivia. So
Dorsey?
Cabana on, so I want to make sure I can't.
You're gonna have a record night.
Time.
Meow.
Oh, I said Dorsey's gonna have a record night tonight. He is pushing it.
Oh, yeah.
Why can't I?
Every time I look up,
without
it's banned for his comments and was removed.
Hey, Kool-Aid, there's in like early November, after the Austin conference, there's a drum and bass show at the Concourse Project.
Yep.
It's like
it's a great venue. Actually, Alan Tangle owns it. Someone I knew from way back in the day. And I was trying to get him to do an NFT music venue stuff on Pulse Chains, but conversations fell through. But Concourse Project, dope. It's dope.
There's a huge drum and bass show happening like the weekend before I have to leave. So I think we need to go to that. I'm trying to see if B1 can get us a discount.
I mean, I'll just get
He still loves
tickets
me.
if need be.
You know what I think the great Hexican unification, one of the great Hexican unification music moments is going to be for me is the day that as a tribe we could get Side Effects and Tangent together. 2 of the best drum and bass
they would be
DJs
such
around.
besties.
Oh
They're
my
besties
God,
and they don't
kill
even
it.
know it.
They would kill it.
All we gotta do is
Yeah.
get Tangent over the big pond. We could probably like get Gigantor and some other people together. We could do a Palooza again. Actually, Andre wanted to do the Palooza, and I'm like, no, I'm just chilling on my birthday. Don't want to do crazy stuff. We're gonna do a later Larry Palooza at some point this year.
A Larry Palooza. I love it.
No, it's totally a thing. We did it for
It's
You
a
guys,
thing.
you guys
No, I mean,
don't
there were
know.
posters
You guys just
and records,
don't
like
know.
for years.
No.
His
It's
own
a
Larry
10-hour
Palooza
festival. Yeah, it's a
in
10-hour
Austin.
festival. House versus
Yeah.
home base.
all day, all night.
You
That's
guys.
that's how we met.
What are you saying,
This-
Captain? What are
this
you
man-
what are
this
you
man's the
referring
reason
to?
I'm here.
To the Kool-Aid, you guys, the Kool-Aid is a cybernetic being when it comes to the partay. I have never seen. Look. I was a Marine. I grew up in the streets of LA. That man right there is a machine, absolute machine. Even in Burning Man standards, like I was sizing people up out there. Kool-Aid is a cybernetic being. I am telling you, it just doesn't get any more interesting. And you know what the scary thing is that he still had more in the tank. Like I was impressed at the debauchery, but the scary thing is that the tank was still half full.
Picks
And I
his
was like,
spots, man. He picks.
Wait
his
a
spots.
minute.
He does
This
it
is
soap
just
every day. So you know he's like
this is
prepared.
scary. This is a scary human being.
You just got to make a deal with the devil and be immortal. You know, I tell people about being a chaos lord and being immortal. They don't believe me till they come party with me for a while. I drive everyone home, pat them on the butt, and be like, "Good game."
No, you don't. Everybody doesn't get to go home when they're around you. It's like they're either in the grave or they pass out in place. I mean, it was quite the sight. It was quite the sight.
It would have been better because once it started raining, I put my hands up. I'm like, I'm gonna break my ankle. I'm gonna get mud on the bus. I'm gonna do something. I'm staying stationary. I am not putting rubber band on my feet to go run around and go dance. But I mean, the Porto did rip the boot off of my the sole off of my boot that one time. After that was done, I was just like, I got one pair of boots left, one's missing a sole.
I gotta tell you guys something. So there's a story. So at Burning Man, so we lost facilities, meaning that they weren't coming out and cleaning the toilets anymore. Like there was like
couldn't get to
3 days of we were stuck. Like there was nothing you can do. Now there's 80,000 people.
You were actually there. Like this is like what I read about.
No, I was there. This was my first Burning Man.
Cosmic and
Kool-Aid and Cosmic talked me into going to Burning. I've always wanted to, bucket list kind of thing, but they really talked me into going. So I went, and it was great. 3 days in, it was like every type of weather you can imagine. And then boom, the rains came.
And cheers on your Nerd Girl interview. Your Nerd Girl interview was great, by the way.
Oh, thanks, man. And she's writing a piece on us and whatnot. So we're gonna we're doing a little tribalism thing about the real native world and what tribalism comes from as far as that goes, and how the U.S. government has treated Indian tribes. Really going to be a cool article. But this one little story that, I mean, this is how bad it was. Like the Kool-Aid, like it's like, hey, I've got to venture out to the Portos, the Porta Johns, and they haven't been. There are 80,000 people. They couldn't get in and clean them out. He literally comes back and says, "Dude, it was so hot. I literally had to get something to push it down to actually get in and use it." That's how bad it was. I mean,
that was the worst part, though. The worst part is that after that situation, that was actually one of the
I'm not driving
Portos out of the situation.
Good girl.
But the mud was so concrete so fast that by the time I left, I couldn't move my feet. So I thought I was mayor of Porto Town. I'm stuck here at this point. So I'm like, I live here now. I get like a little hat, and I try to eventually rip my feet off of the concrete, and it tore the sole right off the boot. But
they came back with the sole of his boot.
Yeah, well, I mean, yeah.
And that was, it wasn't like it was just muddy. This mud from the playa. So first of all, it's dust, right? So it's this dry lake bed. So it's all of this very, very fine silica kind of dust. And when it got wet, it turned into cement. I mean, it was literally like cement. Your boot would pull off from your foot walking through it, and pull the sole right off of your boot. And then when it dried, it was just fucking concrete on everything. Like you couldn't get it off of anything. It was just stuck there. I mean, I'm banned from RV share because the RV I took there came back in such horrible shape. Like I cannot freaking rent an RV anymore at RV share. Cost me $3,000 to clean and fix that fucking thing from that.
Dude, that thing was looking great when we brought it back.
That's not what he said. He said this is the worst it's ever come back. I can't believe how. And I thought it looked pretty good considering what it had gone through. I mean, it was a beautiful RV too. Oh my gosh, the horror thinking about it. This beautiful RV, and Kool-Aid comes over and says, "Okay, well at least we got to kind of try and fix this thing so that we don't destroy it." He starts cutting cardboard in the shape of the floor of the RV. He cuts the whole floor out in cardboard, wraps it in plastic and duct tapes it together. Beautiful, like piecemeal. I'm like, wait, what are we doing here? He's like, you don't get it. Like, if I don't put this down, this floor doesn't make it back to the owner. I'm fixing this for you. And he was right. I mean, that dust. People do not let your RVs go to Burning Man. Don't let people like me take your RVs.
It has to be a dedicated fucking RV for Burning Man only.
I pulled one of the grates out of the air filters out, and I mean, you just open it up and dust just comes falling out of it. I mean, like
that's after vacuuming through it. That's after
vacuuming.
No, the thing is, I took my car the first year, and it's basically speckled and white. I mean, yes, it's an ashtray, and you think halfway because it's the ash from the ashtray. No, half of it's also from the playa that goes in, and it never comes out.
Yeah, it was insane. And the awning was tore off of it. I probably should never even open up the awning. The awning got tore off of it from a windstorm, and then dust in everything. Lost the the toilet tank, emptying hose and bucket and everything. I mean, it was just a nightmare. But
it was a journey, man. And honestly,
we were comfortable. We were very, very comfortable. We had stove and microwave and refrigerator and a nice place to sleep. And we took in 3 refugees when the mud got too much and flooded out everybody's tents and stuff. And we had 3 refugees stay, and it became a home for some of the people that were homeless out there. And but it didn't come back very nice.
Well, I mean, it's kind of like the bear market and all the rest of that. Like, you weather out, buckle down, get shit done, be a little dirty at the end when you get done. But it's the community and the experience is you can't rate it. There's no way to even as crazy as it was, best burn ever. Just because everyone comes together for the reason why you go to Burning Man is the community and the people and all the rest of that. And with this year's craziness, probably easy to get tickets next year, and it washes out the paper hand plebs. Like,
all right, so question:
the weekends are out.
Is this specific? I'm guessing that is specific to Playa, right? Like, I can take the bus to like Love Burn or Freezer Burn.
Yeah, those are different. You'd be better. I wouldn't take the bus to Burning Man. I just don't think.
I want to go to regionals. Like, I want to go to a regional.
Yeah, no, we'll do Freezer Burn this year. We'll do Freezer Burn, and then there's Eeyores, and there's also
Freezer Burn January.
They still haven't launched tickets yet, which is odd. But yeah, something like that. We'll go.
Okay.
We'll get us a little. We'll just take your bus if we want to do that, because I was going to get a little trailer. But
yep.
Yeah, no, the playa itself is an alkaline lake.
That's what I thought. Okay.
Yeah, and that's it. Then that was the problem.
Hey,
they're requesting that you speak, Frostchild. Oh, let me. I'm getting hailed by. Hold on a second. The Cosmic himself.
Oh, is he ready?
Cosmic. He
I was muted.
I was muted. I have to. Oh, there you go. People want to hear you speak.
Oh, I wanted to give credit to Eagle AI and Robert, Keller Jr. here. I mean, you guys are pointing out something that I've been hitting on since I came in 2.5 years ago. And we have the talent, we have the connections, we have the folks who know how to run the sound systems and do the lights and the lasers. We know people who know how to run an event, which is a separate thing all in of itself. I'm in the process. I want to let the cat out of the bag so bad, but I can't do it tonight. But I'm working on something special. It's germane to the actual music. Okay. But I think that Eagle AI and Robert Keller have hit on something that me and SJ and Kool-Aid and Cap were just talking about when I brought up side effects and tangent. And it's totally like it's totally doable. But then again, there's a lot of firewalls that seem to pop up. Like I can't get out of the way of my own life, so I can only carry so much weight. But I think it's a noble effort, and it's going to happen. It's going to happen soon.
When we actually want to throw events, between SJ and I, we know a shit ton of people that do all the rest of that. Like as crazy as I am in Burning Man and crypto and game dev culture, I know the dance scene, and got some really fantastic friends that we have the connections to do it. It's just when bull market, and then at that point, it's something that the retroactive, the people that were here now and that will benefit from, like RG was saying, dollar cost averaging down. They're going to be very, very, very happy. And that's the difference is then it's the time to celebrate, it's the feast and the famine at the same time. So all the party stuff will definitely go forward. And I think that's something that when we start doing regionals, I know SJ wants to do some regionals. Cosmic gets on. He's very, very big into this kind of stuff too. The Mystic Camp does a whole bunch of regionals. I want to get us to have an art collective and an art foundation. I want to start to do these other things that bring DeFi, entertainment, art, culture, and education all into one thing. And then that's a huge thing about our Camp Mystic, is it's very focused in education, whether that's psychedelics, whether that's sexuality, whether that's just life expectancy and how you move and grow forward. And those things all tie into one about being educated.
Yeah. And let me throw one at you here. I think it's a damn shame that we could have so many multifaceted, talented people who are consistently going to come up against an obstacle, called life, where it could literally just be, say, $400 USD worth, $1,000 USD worth, $2,000 USD worth, that are keeping people from making their dreams come true and really having this place vibrating at a crazy, stupid high level. When I look at what Gillespie and his bit joinery people are doing over there, they're literally talking about unplugging the entire movie making model from the traditional casting couch freaking Hollywood model. And I think that's a brilliant thing. I don't know if you guys have looked into it, but I feel like we could take the best elements of something like that, and we could find a funding mechanism to get creatives working.
It's perfect, bro, because like Cooley was saying, and you're saying, we've got so much talent in this, and I've got professional DJs that I know that I've onboarded that are, top of the top too. And I saw what was going on at Burning Man. And I think that, part of my reason for doing the Pulse Chain tour and getting out there, we can also bring entertainment into the stadium calls that I'm calling for. It's like we can, instead of filling up rooms and talking about crypto, we can fill up stadiums, and we can make this entertaining, and we can bring everything from comedy to music to, DJs to, live music, DJs, and then crypto talks in between. I mean, why can't we do something like that? Why couldn't we bring the people together in a festival atmosphere, which, our good friend has been talking about that on Cabana stream all this time. I mean, it really should be something that we do. It really should be.
Well, I mean, I've got the Hex Festival. It's Hextival. Can't say the damn thing. .com, and I've got the 555 tour. For the festival.com. We can
RG3. Hold on. RG. Hold on.
Yeah.
I need to say something before it goes away.
Uh-oh.
I have to tell you that I don't know if you watched the whole woman stream, but we spoke about manifesting things and speaking things into existence. And I cannot tell you enough how much I love every time I hear you say that we're going to fill stadiums. Keep saying it.
I'm not going to stop saying it because it's true. We've been saying it when we started this stream with guys like Cabana, and we've been saying one of these days we're going to fill up places like that can fill up a stadium. That's what the kind of engagement that we're going to end up getting. And that's what if we want to get global adoption, if we really think this thing is what we say it is, because I'm convicted that this thing is what I say it is. And what Richard has made is earth shattering, freaking global changing for everyone on the planet, then we've got to do that. And if we're not speaking it into existence, who is?
Right.
Who's going to do it?
We got to make it yummy. We have to make it yummy.
100%.
Not everybody cares about the things we care about. So we have to make it
No.
attractive from a lot of different angles and aspects. And I think we have the capability to do that. Like, well.
Oh,
Well,
we
the-
can
And
make
thanks,
it yummy.
TRS F1 Race. Appreciate the kind words. And yes, I am going to be as loyal as I can to this community. And the other thing that you said was scrap the 5-5-5-5 narrative for now. Promotional pulse chain and DeFi is the most essential. I believe you're correct. Even though the Quattro Cinco is very, very important, and I think it's very, very important to the growth of Hex and to the utilization of what Hex is really for. I think that you're going to probably see in the future, 5, 10, whatever, 15 years from now, that you're just going to see long stakes. Because why wouldn't you if you're going to make 20% APY? Why wouldn't people use this as the tool that it really should be? You know, you're going to see a lot more of that. And
well, a couple points to that, which I think are really important. Cosmic is the one back in he's always saying Hex to $1 manifested. I think he was on the stream a year ago talking about that. And manifesting is a very important thing, both with mind of the community and mind of person. Yep. But the difference is, and back to what Archie was saying, that he's convicted about this stuff really works. You know why it's going to work? Because Bloody Alex builds icosahedron on it. And he's also one of the more brilliant one-man machines there are. And if anyone could put bullet holes in that damn thing, it's the one-man machine. So if he is building infrastructure on top of it, and he can literally do it all himself, you have to know that the system is accurate. Now, if we're looking at Pulse Chain, DeFi, and all the projects, that is theoretically the reason why Hex isn't running, but it's also a good reason because now the bucket is so much larger that it has to be filled by many things. And by the time that bucket gets filled, it fills substantially more with its own entire ecosystem. I mean, I was calling RG earlier that OS Coast now has institutional fiat onboarding. So your IRAs, your 401ks, your LLCs, your S Corps, all the rest of that now can be fiat onboarded directly into Pulse Chain. Are you going to use MetaMask? Probably you're going to use internet money now. I do need to actually get more with that than actually using MetaMask. It's convenient when you got to swap all the rest of them. But we're building our entire ecosystem on top of that. Yep. Once Liquid Loans and Tower City come on, now we've got a asset validated stable system to work. And then we have a fiat hard offboarding stable system to work. So we have our own culture. And instead of just building a house, which Hex was, now we're building a village or a city. So it will come to that fruition.
Shantytown.
Yeah.
Shantytown. Hold on one sec. Hold that thought, everybody, for 1 second. Let me see. Are you there, Cosmic?
There's my boy. Well,
aloha. I guess my camera's not working. I'm here though.
No, hey, hold off, everybody. Indulge me for just one moment. I gotta say something here. So Cosmic, I wish we can see him, but Cosmic, who is just become a dear friend like Kool-Aid. They both talked me into going out and experiencing my first Burning Man. And it was a life-changing event all around. I mean, in spite of the disaster, I had just an awesome time and just a big spiritual awakening out there. I had a really, really good time and spent time with Cosmic and counseled with him and talked with him about, you know, some of the things that he understands in life and what an amazing human being and what an amazing group of people that he and the Camp Mystic folks with Kool-Aid included have put together. I have never met a better. And what's funny is that most of them were Hexicans. There was a lot of them were Hexicans, especially in our little group, of course, because Kool-Aid and Cosmic onboarded them all. Some of them were on the cruise with us at the beginning of the year. Just what an amazing group of people at that event that Cosmic and crew have put together. So, bro, thank you so much for finally getting my ass out there and for all the time that we spent together. And I gotta say, thank you for including me in becoming a Burning Man artist, because I actually was able to be part of the commissioning of Cosmic Cowboy's first piece of art out on the playa, and I got my name put on it somehow, some way. I was able to share in that. And I'm not an artist, but now I am. I'm a Burning Man artist. So thank you for that, my friend. I really, really appreciate it.
Well, we knew that you were a burner, and we knew that you were a mystic, so we just had to get you in the 3D to participate. But you definitely exemplified that. You know, like the story is great because when the way the art works now, because there's art out on the desert that, you know, people are burning up, and there's art cars that are driving all over. So even though it is massive and that it is open desert, in the old days you could just go out and put your art where you wanted. But now there's like an organized system. It's called the artery, where, you know, if you have to register your art, they make sure that it's going to be lit at night. They check if you're going to burn it, and they set that up and all of that. So the way it works is there's actual coordinates, especially if you're in what's called the deep playa, which means like way out in the desert. And once you get your placement, they give you basically a little stake with some pink, like sort of almost like, I don't know, it's like fishing stuff, but it's basically like this stake that's in the ground with a little bit of like pink stuff. That's it, like a few inches. And that's how you find your art. That's like, you know, how you get your art. So we were so busy, you know, doing camp at Camp Mystic, I was looking for it for like a day. And then I said to Captain, like, we're on a mission. We got to go out and find where I'm going to place this art. The project was called the Eternal Flame, which I think Hexicans would appreciate. It just, you know, the idea is like there's a force that burns within us at all times. And sometimes it's visible and sometimes it's not visible, but it's always there. It always exists. So that's what this project was based on. It was basically a lantern with a solar flame. And basically, you know, that's what it said on it. But I've been looking for literally days to be able to place it. And sure enough, it was the captain riding his bike. I mentioned it to him, and he's like, "Oh yeah, well wait, you mean a stake with a little thing on it?" I'm like, "Yeah, it's somewhere out here in the desert." And he was like, "Follow me." And we ride for another few minutes, and sure enough, boom, there it is. He's the one who found the location for the Eternal Flame, and then became a Burning Man artist by helping consecrate it and put it up and launch it. And I think you were the first one to write in the little journal book. And yeah, so it was really incredible having you. You know, the reason I think Camp Mystic is unique and special is it's like it is the people that create it. And everybody sort of has their unique contribution. And Captain, you I feel like did what you always do. You stepped into leadership. You revealed yourself as an incredible mystic. So it was incredible having you, man.
Thanks, bro. The whole thing was my pleasure for sure. I mean, I just had a fabulous time. It was horrible. It was terrifying. It was miserable, but it was beautiful and awesome and an incredible experience all in the same. It had a little mix of everything, you know what I mean? And it was very cool to be part of it. So again,
and my son, my 20-year-old son, I can't tell you, like, he comes running up to me and he's just like, Dad. I was like, yeah. He's like, you didn't like Kool-Aid, the captain. And I was like, yeah, no, I mean, they're amazing, right? He's like, you didn't tell me, like, this is the best burn ever.
Always the best burn for you, my dear friend.
And you have raised an incredible son too. Your boy is something special, man. That kid is he's got the it factor, and he definitely takes after you. That is for sure, my man.
Yeah.
I wanted to show something real quick if I can. Go ahead, keep talking. I'm sorry. I'm gonna.
No. I'm actually gonna walk, so maybe I'll be able to get a better signal and you'll be able to see me. So I'm gonna mute my microphone for a minute, and maybe my camera will work, and then I'll come back and I'll speak too. But just so you know, I'm trying to get it so my camera works.
There's zero reception for you in Hawaii, sir. There is zero reception.
Paradise. There's a cost to living in paradise. I know, right? We are geographically the most remote spot on the planet in terms of water surrounding us in all directions.
Wow, I did not realize that.
Hey, Cowboy. Can we ask you,
and Tehote child, thank you for inviting me.
So this is me and Cowboy out at the Burning Man underneath. There was a big teapot out in the middle of the playa when we were out setting the art project.
Oh, that's a great picture. That's a great picture you got.
It's a really good picture. I treasure it. And then this is us putting up the eternal flame out in the middle of the desert and doing our thing.
You know, if anybody wants to know, like you do have to sometimes wear a tie at Burning Man.
Yeah.
It's on Tuesday. You got to remember Tuesday.
And tutu, everybody's running around in tutus.
Hey, I know you guys are pretty excited about Burning Man. It sounds interesting, but I wanted to ask Cowboy. Cowboy, you're Hawaiian, and are you on Maui? Like, how are your people doing, man, after this big tragedy you guys had?
You know, the island is definitely in recovery mode. Before the burn, I spent 2 weeks in the shelters for all of the displaced families and people. And yeah, I mean, I think if you're an empath or, you know, just sort of somebody who's sensitive to energy, you know, the island is still definitely suffering. I kind of feel like it, you know, just on topic, I feel like usually whether I'm going to Burning Man or a Hex conference or just anywhere, I feel like, you know, I'm always so juiced up because of the aloha spirit here on all the islands. You know, the energy here, it's just such a blessing to live here, and it's so incredible. And Burning Man is also a place where I feel like I get creatively inspired, and there's a lot of magic and incredible energy. This year, I felt like I needed to, you know, take a break from just briefly, you know, from the shelters and, you know, the disaster that we were dealing with, and kind of get that rejuvenation and the energy from Burning Man and try and bring some of that cheer and spirit back here.
And this is why I didn't feel weird about it, because I knew a guy like you could do the transfer from Burning Man to speaking about that smoothly, because you're going to bring that energy to it, man. And that's
yeah, you know, I mean, it's not something where I feel like whenever you're in the face of real legitimate tragedy, you know, I mean, I lost a colleague and a friend in the fires, and so many others did too, and literally just yesterday, I mean, we all knew he was gone, but it takes a long time for them to do this weird, you know, DNA thing. He was just pronounced gone yesterday, although, like I said, we all kind of had a service before. But I mean, and then I've got literally 12 to 15 personal friends and colleagues that are homeless. You know, it's just, it doesn't really matter where you're at economically when you lose everything, you know, like, I mean, there are people that like went to Costco. I've got friends that went to Costco just because they knew that there was a storm, you know, storm coming in, and you try and whatever. They never got home. They, you know, road was blocked, fire happened, and they lost everything. And there's just so many stories like that. The stories that you heard on the news of people that literally had to jump in the ocean on the west side, you know, to save themselves. Those are true. Those are real. People that, you know, were in the water for 14, 18 hours and then finally got rescued. And yeah, so it's crazy, you know, but the rest of the island is, you know, everybody is now trying to, you know, be in recovery mode, and everybody's doing their part, raising money, but everybody else is trying to get back to life, you know, and just function. So yeah, you know, and I do feel like it's relevant in terms of what we're talking about in this community in crypto, because I know it's just, you know, economics and everything, but we often talk about the roller coaster of life, and how, you know, there was a comic that I saw that I thought was hilarious. That was like, it was like Hexicans, and it was like they were all like talking at a picnic table, and it was like the caption was, I think it was sort of like, yeah, in June of 2021, I was a millionaire. and you know, but I mean, anybody who's been, you know, you have to be able to ride the wave in life. It's the nature of the game. You know, there's this great saying I heard once: money comes and goes, morality comes and grows. You know, the thing I love about this community is we've been up we've been down, and what it's really about is who we are and how we show up in the world. SJ, Captain, man, they're out there right now, no different than when things were flying at their highest. And that's really what it's all. That's really what it's all about.
What did Captain say about Burning Man? He said it took a little bit of the bad with the good to make it this experience that it was. And for me, that's everything, because this place where we live is a duality. So you need tension and you need release. You need tension and release to make it sweet, you know. And you're indicating that you've experienced that in both places, and that's how we come together and show our quality, man.
Yeah, and I mean, look, I'm also, again, one of the principles of Burning Man is called immediacy. It's one of my favorite principles, and immediacy is one of my favorites in life, which is it's just living in the present moment. You know, this present moment is all we have. So the question is, how is your present moment going? And if you're able to live large in the moment, you know, again, if you got a roof over your head, you can fill your stomach with what you need for the day. These are the most important things, you know, and you've got good people to share it with. You know, you guys, you could be anywhere right now, but you're here, and here we are together. There's amazing people in the chat. That's what I think it's all about. That's what the community is all about.
No doubt, man.
100.
It's funny you said that. My favorite hip hop track last year was called "Right Now" by West Side Gun. Right now, baby. The immediate.
Love it.
And that's kind of what this bear market has brought to all of us. You know, what are you doing right now? Are you in the fetal position, curled up with your
there you go,
head between your legs, or you know, are you doing what Kelleher says here? Are you not waiting for the storm to pass and you're dancing in the rain? That's what I like to think.
Real Hexicans ain't doing that. You're right.
It's also going to be probably one of the more major last big bull runs for a long time due to regulation, due to, as Sami says, third and tier cycle of coins and all the rest of that type of stuff. So like right now is an incredibly pivotal point to not just try to get yourself together with your knowledge, but get yourself together to do whatever you can. You know, and I always say knowledge is the most expensive token in the world because it really literally is. But right now is a very pivotal point that if you get your stuff in, regardless of regulation, you have access to your funds, your wallet, your sovereignty. It is yours.
Well, listen, have you guys heard this narrative? And Cabana, I'd be interested to hear your thoughts on this one. Yeah, I've been hearing the narrative increasingly over the weeks. A lot of these smarter guys are starting to say that the Bitcoin halvening is priced in. Okay. And we're not going to see repeat history that we've seen before. The second narrative that I've heard the most, and you guys, please let me know what you think about this, is that we're going to see a powerful, parabolic, and startlingly short bull run. And I'm like, well, goddamn. Okay. Like, you know, my ears prick up. What do you think of that, Cabana?
Yo, it's anybody's guess, dude. Really.
Yeah.
I mean, if history is your guide, then that's what I'm going to go with. So,
but it doesn't mimic; it rhymes.
It rhymes, so it's not going to be exact. But you have the halvening coming up right around probably the time that ETF approval happens at the same time. And I think the confluence of those is gonna, you know, just it's gonna happen at the right time, and we're gonna have that. My only thing is that everybody in crypto, and I say everybody in quotes, is expecting, you know, oh, it's the next bull run. All you got to do is wait 6 months. All you got to do is wait 12 months, and we're in the bull. And you sell in 2025, and that's it. It's never that easy.
Never does it. In Hexico, we saw every time everybody was looking right, it went left.
Right.
I'm telling you, you're exactly right, brother.
Yeah, it's never that easy. But at the same time, we do have the halvening, and what's the record for every halvening? We kind of, you know, that is kind of like the middle of the bull cycle. We run after it, so it works until it doesn't. So I'm not gonna be the guy that says it's not gonna happen this time, because
sure, no.
Yeah.
But to be open to the possibility to think on our feet and be ninja as we are, able to flow with all outcomes and still be.
Sure, you have to. But I mean, the big thing for the RH ecosystem is right now is we're on our own news cycle. So, you know, something could happen with, you know, news or settlement or whatever anyone thinks could happen with this. Yeah, who knows? It's total wild card with the SEC and whatnot. But we are not pegged to, you know, general crypto right now. Like we're kind of like on our own, and we could just fly off up into the right and without general crypto right now, or you know, general crypto takes off and we're still waiting. You know, if you know this drags it on and on and on. So.
I think we'll take it as it comes. If we're mimicking the greater macro, then we'll follow that. If we're going divergent on our own thing, we'll take that as well, right? Because
exactly what I replied to someone who just commented on X. They said the Pulse Chain Tour needs a bull run, you know, and I was like, it's like yes, indeed, but it will come when it's supposed to, you know,
Right.
like.
I mean, to echo what Cosmic's saying, everything has a place and time, and there's a weird serendipitous to it all. Like Burning Man magic is actually oddly real. That RG found Cosmic's place, and Nerd Girl rolled dice, and we found Cosmic's lost son. But there is a perfect storm for things. Like Hex's run up was literally a perfect storm in between the pandemic, where everyone was sitting at home. And we all learned how to use webcams and all the rest of this stuff.
Yeah, we did.
Because, all you people that didn't know what codecs were, now I can figure it out, and that's how audio streaming works. But that was a perfect storm for everyone to come together. But if you look at the half-life, not just the happening, but the half-life of how crypto is going, I think the CBOE just did first CDBC transfers. There's tokenized stocks that are looking at being doing, and it was funny about Gensler getting ruled by the Pokemon card that he couldn't answer. So as inherently a whole, the technology is moving that much forward. So the new company I work for is a VR company, and the new Connect 3, if you look at the Lex Friedman interview with Zuckerberg in the Quest 3, it looks pretty fucking photoreal. And so everyone kind of scoffed at his metaverse nonsense. And yes, I personally didn't like the way it was handled from a game dev point of view, but he was correct on the interoperability of connectivity and how everyone connects together outside of just a screen or in person, financially, educationally, and utilitarian to transfer goods, data, services, and all the rest of that. We are moving into that epoch regardless of it. So I think the people that are worried about bull bear are just strictly looking at it from the greed point of view. And unfortunately, we're all
well said.
And I'd like to speak to that, because that's where I was going to go before the conversation got started, is that there's two different dynamics happening here. So the perfect storms have kind of met. So the massive amount of outside institutional money that's looking to come into the space right now to try and derail it. I don't think they're trying to utilize. I think they want to derail this thing. I think that's what they've been trying to do for the last couple rounds. And let me bring Cosmic back up. I think that's what they've been trying to do.
That guy.
Hey, what do you think of the mutton chops?
Hey,
interesting.
Good,
very interesting.
Gangster.
Yeah, you know, the best part is I know you. They're going to be pink at some point. So
Right? Yeah, they got to match the mohawk.
I'm prepping. I'm actually, a week from tonight, we open the Rocky Horror Show here on Island.
Nice.
The production. So I'm playing the narrator. I was going for the old world British look.
Nice.
That's awesome.
So let me finish my train of thought real quick. So there's two different narratives here. There's the crypto narrative, where we've been trying to bring true DeFi to crypto for the last 12 years, which Richard Hart has finally done. It's here. It literally exists now. That's the real cypherpunk movement. That's the real Satoshi white paper coming to fruition, existing now. Nobody had tried to do it before. Richard said, fuck it, I'm going to do it. And he did it. And then there's this other, and organically, we are where we're supposed to be in the stages, even though crypto was usurped by the hucksters, shucksters, PT Barnums, and liars, cheats, and thieves out there for the last 10 years. Now, real crypto exists. Now, real global, life-changing crypto exists, and it can be disseminated out into the world. Now, this bull bear market cycle has been created by the institution money, the evil institutional money, and we're all rooting for it to come in and pump our bags. That's unfortunately the byproduct of what they've taught us over these last decade in crypto, is that we're to expect that. We want that. They've created it. We've bought into it. And now we're praying for it and cheering it on as it comes in to try and destroy what it is that we all want to happen. Now, I think that there's going to be a divide. I think that there is the institutional CBDC centralized, crypto world that is going to start to try and exist. And then I think true DeFi is going to exist with what RH is.
There you go. The parallel society theory. Yeah.
There's going to be a parallel society going on here.
And that speaks volumes, man. Because that means
it?
You cannot stop a thing whose time is fucking come.
Check it.
I mean, it really is a little.
I like this DeFi or die too, by the way.
DeFi or die is pretty good.
Yeah,
I coined that. I didn't hear nobody say that before I did.
That's a good one. That's a good one. And did everybody here know that the captain is the one who coined Hexican?
Yeah, I brought that up when he was on my stream a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, so we've got DeFi or die, we got Hexican, we got, oh my gosh, lots of good stuff.
Knipples.
Knipples.
How is Knipples? I haven't seen him in ages.
I had a talk with him a little bit today. He and I need to get together and have a meeting about some stuff, but he's doing great. He's doing really good. And he's just busy like usual behind the scenes, like a duck's legs underwater.
We get 2 hour-long conversations every year. And I had my hour-long with Ken last week, I think it was. And it was just so good because that brother's just got such a great heart. He's got so much energy, and the specific things that Ken cares about, he cares deeply about, and he's knowledgeable about. He and I have a crossover on this. What does it mean to define a healthy new masculinity? Because a lot of us have grown up in an epoch where testosterone equals shame or inherently bad. And we're like, no, like that doesn't work any more than saying femininity and estrogen is bad. What are you talking about? You know what I mean? So he and I bounce around on that topic a lot, and I always am empowered. I mean, I'm always just like I'm jazzed. I'm ready to go when I talk to Knipples.
Me too.
Good brother.
Hey, I'm going to make a public service announcement for anybody who loves DeFi. We are having the Pulse Chain cruise coming up in December. Still room available, and we're going to be talking about culture and DeFi and Hex and Pulse and lots of good things. So check it out. What's the URL, you guys?
Knipples.com.
PulseChainTour.com. It's all there.
Yep. Yeah.
Hey, Cos, man, you got to stop calling me Tahuti child. Nobody except you and me knows what the fuck that means, dude. So you got to
Tahuti child.
He called me Tahuti child, introducing me at the last awards for the comedy thing. Which, by the way, how do you nominate God for the same award as a schmuck like me? Richard Hart, funniest man of the year, or the guy we've never heard of? Yeah, who's going to win? So he goes Tahuti child, and the crowd goes like, who the fuck is that?
That's the Egyptian pronunciation.
No, but nobody gives a shit.
All right. Thoth child.
Hey, look at that. That handlebar suits you, bro. You look dope.
Oh, well, got to get the cowboy in there too. So
well, you got to get the pink on it, is what you got to do.
Oh no, that's what I said earlier. Like those chops are going to be pink. I know that, man.
Would definitely
I agree. Kool-Aid, you look svelte. You're looking good. You're looking in shape. You look like
Austin looks good on you, Kool-Aid.
It's nice to have a better place. I just evac this wretch that I let not be homeless live at my place for a little bit. So I have my apartment back to myself. Everything's great. Job's great. I couldn't be happier. Yeah, in fact, that's why I don't really do much. I mean, I'm always listening. I mean, you listen to Captain. I was still listening to crypto shit at Burning Man when I could Starlink, but so I'm always listening to stuff. But it's just nice to relax and work for a good company that's not AAA. And I don't know if anyone saw my Twitter post, but 850 people got laid off from Epic yesterday.
Ooh.
The whole Unity shit was crazy about a week and a half ago. So I think, because I got laid off the day Pulse Chain launched, so that was 80 of us. I think in the last 6 months, 5,500 people have been laid off. And for every one job available, there's 100 applicants without that kind of like people that need work that are seasoned too. So,
hey, Larry, I got homeless the day that Pulse Chain launched. So we have that in common, man. Like,
dude, that whole week was horrible.
Oh
Between
my
moving
God.
8 days after getting laid off, and that whole thing was horrible.
But here we stand.
That's right. Well, I mean, it's the experience. Life is a journey, and sometimes it goes up, sometimes it goes down. Well, it matters who you journey with, and that really is the one thing that really, brought me into Hexico when the captain summoned me out of the closet where I was like, I'm done with crypto, and he didn't know how to use webcam, and I was like, he brought me back in. But it's the building of the community is so important, of good people, and it's the same thing with Burning Man. It's so important. Same thing with like drum and bass culture. It's so important. You don't really have a lot of community focused groups, but everyone always has their cliques, no matter what you do, from religion to politics to education to whatever. There's always cliques, but at the end of the day, it needs to core and melt back down to community and growth as a whole. And I believe our community, regardless of price up or down, again, it's at that point of greed. Instead of understanding time is what you want. Yeah, you can flip stuff and probably make a quicker buck. But if you're busy in the real world doing other things, you don't have to worry about that. So keep yourself busy, keep yourself motivated, keep yourself doing positive and good things in life while you're sitting on this retirement.
Move in a purpose. Yes, man.
Yeah. Yeah, idle hands, man. If you're sitting and looking at a chart, you're having the idle hands problem.
Yeah, two things. Another thing I think is really important to point out is, and I think we've got the star of it right here in SJ, is visualization and manifestation. I remember, I remember when SJ said to me, "Hey, I've got this idea of maybe converting some kind of a van or a bus, like literally, wouldn't it be cool if I could just travel the country, like literally sort of representing the community?" And I was like, yeah, it's a beautiful vision. And here we are. Like, I don't know if that was a year and a half, 2 years. I don't know how long ago that was, but look at you.
Yeah.
You're literally in the stream from your home where you've been traveling the country and doing it. So
I was in the room when Larry introduced SJ for the first time ever to the community. I believe it was probably on a Wales Only, and that's when I was on Wales, like every other episode I was guesting on Wales Only show, and we were talking to Kool-Aid, who was in his old place, and there was this girl with the short haircut in the back sitting in the center, and they were passing around a doob or something, and he says she is going to do something with Richard Hart's SCIVIVE. And we were like, oh, word? Really? Okay, who's this? And that was the first time we ever met you. I was in the room for that.
Yeah. I remember both of those moments. And I'm Cosmic, I'm so glad you brought that up. Like you were, I think, the first person I told about that idea, because I just, we had met before, and like I knew you were like a burner, and like you are like on that level, and you were like one of the first people that I met in the community that knows about that kind of lifestyle, and like, just that like gifting economy, right, type of thing. And it's so cool, because that's, that was the thought that I had was, like, how can I give to the community, and then, like in turn have people do different things with this vehicle that I wanted to drive around. And man, like it's crazy, because I thought I was going to have to really like put a lot of work in, and like, really like call to action people and things like that, which I did. Like I had put out like one video about it, and I thought I was going to have to kind of do this whole, it just all worked out so organically and so synchronistically, like, so Eco Builder gave me this Berkey. Eco Builder put these hexagon knobs on here. Hexicasso put this etching on this table, and on that thing over there. I'm going to forget his name right now. Excellent Choice helped remake all of the, like, he turned all of these into like this really nice, beautiful wood, and like installed my mini split system. And then Paladin YYZ and Side Effects both helped like me get on the road in the very beginning. I've had, I mean, just there have been so many different Hexicans. Freaking what's his name? Zdenek Z made this clock for me, hexagon clock, right? And then like this is I forget Martin, like that artist, you know what I mean? Like there's just like this bus is covered in all that. And even though I don't feel like I was able to maybe give individually, right, to these individuals in terms of like my own services, which was my thought at the time, was like, oh, I'll take pictures for you, or I'll, you know, cook you a meal or do something like that. You know, when I think about it, I'm like, well, everything I'm doing right now is for everyone in this community. You know what I mean? Like, and that's what has kept me going. Like just hearing people coming into this ecosystem because they saw this bus or because they went to one of these events. Like it's, you make me cry. I love it.
And two other things before I got to sign off. I've got rehearsal I got to get to, but Captain, you know, you brought something up a few FN Hangouts ago that I think is really important. And as a chrononaut, as a time traveler, this is a operational modality that we all live with, which is, you know, all time is kind of happening at once. You have to embrace that. It's all like one unfolding moment. And there was this magical period that a lot of us just naturally forget about, which is when nobody really knew. And people were still trying to figure out the T-share. Nobody really knew what Hex was. The zeros behind the, you know, price chart were, you know, incredibly small, but it was an exciting time because people just believed in it. I mean, Richard certainly believed in it, and one by one, people were coming on and feeling like they just felt this is this new thing. And whether it's Hex or Pulse or DeFi, that's still happening. That's still living right now. If you got to kind of latch on to what something is in its essence and not get caught in the price chart. It's really important. I mean, don't get me wrong. When the price is soaring and we're all becoming, you know, super abundant in that specific realm, of course, it's to be celebrated. And you know, we're going to be partying. It's just all going to be magnified. But it's really important not to get caught in that, because it's the essence of something. It's no different than individuals in life. You know, think about the people that you love, the people that are, all the people that have changed the world in the best possible way came up. They weren't always who they were. They weren't always recognized, but it's the essence of them that made it what it is. And so I'm just saying, I've said that, you know, I wear my Hex garb, my T-shirt, my hats, loud and proud today, like I always did. The essence and what it is no different than it's always been, and it's something to celebrate. And again, I feel the same about Pulse and PulseX and so many of the other projects that we've got on our L1.
Yes. And on top of that, so there's a new dynamic in crypto. The communities have not been able to have their crypto catch up to them. The communities are ready to go. The communities are ready with the narrative. The communities are ready to take their project to the world, but the cryptos didn't catch up with them. Bitcoin wasn't there for them. Ethereum wasn't there for them. None of the other promise coins were there for them. See, the thing is with this community, Hex has already done what it's supposed to do. It's past the community. It's us that has to catch up to it. It's us that has to go out and deliver it to the world, because it's ready. It's done. Pulse Chain's ready and done. Hex is ready and done. The community has to grow into it. The other ones, the cryptos had to grow into the communities and never did and haven't and won't. But we've got the opposite going on here. Our community needs to grow into the crypto itself, because it's ready to go.
During this bear, I said there's never been an asset in any financial market in our species history that has had a community that's been as persistently enthusiastic and engaging. I would seriously postulate this as Hex and Hexico, man. Like, it's mind-blowing. I would go back to the spice markets of Marrakesh, you know, when those guys were at the bottom of their bear. You think they were getting down like we've been getting down? I did 110 episodes of a show during a bear market.
Mind spray, baby, mind spray.
I got disarmed by the fact that Captain's away picture was nipples for a second, and then he had to switch it back. But super disarmed there because that was a very quick flipping for the captain.
Hey, Kaz, it's called polymaths now.
Okay, I like it.
Polymaths. Remember how Kareem would say quick maths? Quick maths?
Yes.
Okay, so it's polymaths.
I like it.
So yeah, the first 100 episodes were Mind Spray. Now it's Thoughts Child's polymaths.
Yeah, but Thoth, to put a pin into your point, when Ethereum grew, it grew as just Ethereum. It had time to grow as just an asset, and then everything else was built upon it and scaled in as it went. So it had the time to fill the tank, deflate the tank, things moved on, fill the tank, and as that works, it builds a levee of ways to go up, which is an easy growth potential. With Pulse Chain, you have all of everything all at once being developed, which means the bucket, again, it goes back to being very vastly filled, but it's a very focused bucket of very, very focused people doing very focused things across the board. ETH didn't launch with a fork of Aave. ETH didn't launch with Liquidity. ETH didn't launch with, a DEX. ETH didn't launch with a bridge. There was no bridge. So, because people are wanting instant gratification of something now, instead of realizing how many plates need to be filled, which is actually a good thing, instead of actually looking at all of this immediacy through a very tiny hole. That was the one thing that was beautiful about Hex, is that perfect liquidity. You can almost see the candles like a dragon dancing up, because the perfect amount of sell volume and buy pressure was why the perfect liquidity was there. But it was one lens, one straw. Now we've got many lenses and many straws, which is good, but it does mean it takes time to fill, which means people need to be patient, put the time in to nurture that full garden. If we go back to the old Hex cartoon of the apple orchard, we're back to the apple orchard again. And that's actually very, very good, because instead of having one orchard, we have many, 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 many fruits being done. Apples, oranges, pears, peaches, all of it. And they're all being developed symbiotically. And so all of that together is a very important point with the community, which is even the more grounding point of everything to create, to grow, and teach together. And that's why the tour is the biggest thing, because it gets it out there. Even though DeFi and crypto may not be sexy now, it will be. And people have heard it, and people are doing these things to build this network of knowledge and infrastructure. I mean, shit, I came on tonight for trivia with Cabana. He knows trivia is my favorite damn thing, right?
Hey, real quick, Crypto Kool-Aid. I have to tell you, my sweet dear friend, I love the fact that I had no idea that you had anything to do with any of this crypto stuff. And then I got into this community, and I cannot tell you how many people I've met along the way, when I tell them that I'm your onboard, say, man, that guy is so smart, and all this 5D chess. And I appreciate you so much. Thank you.
Oh, I love you. Captain created a term for it over the burn. It's called brilliant nonsense.
But it's just so cool to have known you in a totally different, world, right? And
Drum
to
bass
just
Larry.
have what's that?
Drum and bass Larry. Drum bass
River. But it's just, it's just like my heart just swells, like knowing the kind of human that you are. And just look at us. Look at this panel of amazing humans right here. Like, we're changing the world, y'all. And that's not just the moonshine talking, I promise.
Oh, well, I don't Larry so hard you could have one more sip. But
I'm good.
But it actually, it's a cumulative rolling of growth that we have right now. And we already tasted the sugar of how large we can go. And now we've got so many more plates of LPs to fill. And so once we get to that point, there's really no stopping that machine. I mean, it's basically resetting us back to Bitcoin at $30, right? You know what I mean? Like, it takes that whole mentality there. It's just people are so focused on profit and not what is actually going to be utility in the future, between being able to I mean, hell, the whole Meta Connect thing, everyone poo-pooed Zuckerberg's failed $12 billion thing, but I'm looking at his stuff right now to be like, he nailed it. It will happen. He's going to have an interoperability to connect everyone through that infrastructure. And if they get, what is it? What was their crypto called? Start with an L. Lyra. What was Facebook's crypto specifically called?
Oh, Libra.
Libra.
Yeah. Like, they're like, oh my God, a central bank that's not a CDBC. They were even talking about CDBCs when Libra was coming around. And so, like, look at how fast this market movement is. But we have ourselves as people that are teaching, growing. And it's kind of, again, back to Mystic and Burning Man. I mean, RG's like, I'm camped next to the person who made Tetris. I'm like, I told you we got good people in our camp. And so, like, we have good people in our camp in Hexaco in the same sense. We got people building, creating, and moving forward. And, you know, there's also the issue that people say software is hard. Building something innovative, even if you're copy pasting, still sucks dick. It's still a trial and tribulation. And
it does what now? Sucks dick? Okay. I thought you said it sucks dick.
It does. Trying to replicate something, even if you're using a armature or a model of something.
Where's that hanging out tonight? Forget it. No, just don't mind.
It is still difficult. But when everything gets primed together, it's going to be massive. Because we already have our inner community of people and things and wealth and health and creativity and utility all being built on the same infrastructure instead of separate camps like Justin Sun or Vitalik or Hopkinson's or all the rest of that. At this point, it's our job to build our thing and our ecosystem and to teach, grow, and utilize the tools that are in front of you.
And isn't that amazing, the dynamic of how fucking timely and hands-off fearless leader has known to be at just the right points, man. It's like he could just say, this has to be organic or it's not going to have meaning, man.
I mean, it's multi-tiered with the SEC and all the rest of that type of stuff, but I think it's actually the perfect way to do it. You know,
no doubt. It's galvanized, man. When it's organic like this, it's galvanized and it's holistic.
Exactly. Well, I mean, RG and I have had conversations about it that, like tribalism in men, like they don't have the ability to go hunt a lion like Leonidas and come back. You have to let things go, mature, go fend and create, and then get bitten, and then come back, and then heal, and then come back as a holistic group to go back out and adventure. I mean, hell, who would think that first people that built fire burned their hands and never made it again? Shit sucks.
Right.
Yeah. I gotta sign off. I love you guys. Cabana, I can't see you, but I
haven't been able to see Cabana this whole fucking show.
No, he's in there.
He's in the dark, but he just walked off to the side.
I just want to say I follow your stream. I'm a fan. I love the trivia. All of the rest of you, love you guys. Thank you for having me. Captain,
he's coming.
Thank you for keeping the Friday Night Hangout alive and going. And I'm just excited to see all you in person real soon.
Yeah.
My brother. We'll see you,
Thanks for the kind words, brother. I appreciate it. I'm about out too, Ben, but good seeing you. I was looking forward to seeing you on the tour, but I guess we missed each other, but it's all right. We'll hook up at some point and hang
Go on
out.
that cruise. Come on the cruise.
Come on, cruise in December.
I mean,
Next
you're one
birthday
of the
cruise.
Pokemon cards I haven't collected either, so I gotta see it at some point.
Yes, sir. No doubt.
I love Cosmic. He's such a fresh rapport of amazing ideals and a mythos on how to live. And
He's just a sweetheart is what he is, too.
Yeah.
Hey, Larry, you used the word succor, Succor. I think it could be argued you and I could be among the top etymologists in this whole community.
I suck at words. I just open my
Yeah,
mouth.
you
really
pull it out
nonsense
because
thing.
it's germane to your knowledge about mythology. You can't know what you know about mythology without knowing something about where words come from.
Sure.
So I basically wanted to give you some points for using the fucking unusable word succor in a cryptocurrency fucking live stream.
Well, I mean, there's succubi everywhere, so sometimes.
Well, now that, yeah.
Well, with all of that, I have to fly as well. I just saw all of you lovely people on, and I wanted to come and share my love. SJ, you driving? You're near Dallas? Where you at?
I am just outside of. No, I'm
You're
not
on
that
10?
close yet.
If you're coming from Louisiana, you're coming on the 10.
No, I'm off. I'm on the 20.
20. Okay.
I'm north. I went from Shreveport into.
Yeah.
I'm outside of Longview, Texas. So I've got another. Like, I could get there tomorrow if I really wanted to, but I'm not. Like, I'm gonna get to Georgetown on Sunday morning.
Okay.
And then that's where I'm staying.
And all the rest of that. Yeah, we'll talk offline. But I love you all. I'll see you very soon when you get to Austin.
Kool-Aid.
Thoth, yeah. Thoth, are you when are you going to come out to one of the events? Where are you at?
Oh, you know, I got these little ones, and I'm going through a bit of a patch right now in my living situation. So I'm kind of trying to get all this fixed, smoothed over. But you guys will see me around.
One of these days, dear friend. I just landed in somewhere where I'm comfortable and happy.
Hey, you know, I got, like most of you, I do have a lot of people in certain places, and that part of Texas is no exemption, dude.
I do have a spare room, so come stay anytime. If you
thank you, Sir Lawrence.
Yes, sir. All right, guys, I love you all. Be good. And Captain, all hail Chief.
See ya, the Kool-Aids. All right. Cabana, if you're belling out too.
Yes, sir.
I do.
Thanks for hosting, as always.
Good, dude, nice to be on a stream with
Thanks
you.
For hanging
Cabana.
out.
Yeah, good to see you again, SJ and Thothchild. You hung out on a happy hour a time or two, man.
That is right. Yep, you're right.
Hey, I'm sorry. The person no one knows has been on a happy hour, and I haven't.
Okay, we'll arrange that.
Now's the time to rectify.
Very soon.
I keep giving you shit about it. I would love to. I really want to be on one someday.
Well, we're gonna
one of my favorite shows. It really is. It has.
I always see you in the chat, and we're gonna do that, SJ. So
all right.
let's figure out.
I'll save a little bit of that moonshine for that day.
I'm gonna leave a little swig in that bottle just to bring on that stream, just to say, hey, welcome, a Wild SJ
please.
appears on stream.
Love it.
All right, everybody. Well, I think it's been 2 hours, and we will say adieu to everybody. Thank you for coming to the FN Hangout and hanging out, everybody. Appreciate all of you. We will catch you on the next one.
PulseChainTour.com.
PulseChainTour.com. Don't miss it. We're going to Miami next weekend. Be there. Be square.
And I got episode 111. Okay, I've been holding off on episode 111. Thothchild, my name is the name of the channel. You can go over there and see probably, I don't know, about 30 or 40% of my efforts, live stream efforts, shorts. I got a massive collection of clips over there that are very humorous and entertaining. You guys feel free to check it out. Read
mucho entertaining.
Order yourself a Thothchild shirt from 369.xyz. And Captain, thank you as always for what you provide, the stage you provide for us, man, you know, for real. And SJ, my dear, beautiful as ever. Be safe.
Listen, thank you, SJ. Thanks for coming, everybody. We will see you all next week. And don't forget to go hang out at Cabana's show. It is called the Happy Hour.
Oh, yeah, that thing.
It is a very, very happy hour. All right, everybody, have a good one. We'll see you next week.
Bye.
Oh, wait a minute. We don't want to hit that button. I hit that button.